Hello, Sarah here with you, and this is going to be a talk about Magi The Labyrinth of Magic. It's gonna be talking about the characters. I know that it's based on the 1001 Nights. I'm gonna tell you guys the original characters, the original names, and their backstories. I thought it would be fun to actually have that video around because, yeah, these characters are well known, but do you know their stories? You might know some of their stories, but I'm gonna tell you about the characters that appeared until episode 11 so far. The reason is because, one, I'm from Egypt. I grew upon a series called 1001 Nights. Like, since I was a kid, they had this series. They brought the characters and they kind of showed their adventures. So let's start first with the main character, Aladdin, as they call him in Japanese. In English, we call him Aladdin. In Arabic, we call him Aladdin. So the pronunciations is very different. Of course, from the Disney movie, we know that Aladdin or Aladdin is a thief who was once scouted by the evil Jafar, as we call him in Arabic, Gafar. And he was put into this big labyrinth of magic to get a magical lamp that has a genie that can grant him wishes. But then he got trapped inside of that labyrinth, and then he of course had his genie. He used it to grant him 3 wishes, and one of them was to make him a prince so he can marry the lovely Princess Jasmine, or we call her in Arabic Yasmin. So this is the story of Aladdin. Let's go to Ali Baba. In Arabic, we call him Ali Baba. And the 40 thieves, as they brought it in the anime, the Fog Phantom Group, or the Fog Troop or so. His backstory is that he had 40 thieves with him, and he hid them inside of barrels, and then he tricked, I think he went inside the palace of the king. I'm not sure, I don't remember that story that well, but he put all of his thieves into barrels. He went into the palace, bringing, I think the king, he thought that was wine, but it was truly the thieves hiding in there. And then they went into the palace and stole all of the palace treasure and took that into a magical cave. And the password, of course, as we all know, open sesame, or in Arabic, iftah ya simsim. And we have also Sindbad. We call him in Arabic Sindbad, so it's relatively close. The story of Sindbad, he is supposedly a boy who travels around and sees so many different things and just have all types of adventure. I remember I was growing up on the adventures of Sinbad. He was going everywhere. You will see him one day at one country, and then the other episode at another country, and so on. And this was not actually the first collaboration between these 3 characters. I remember there was a 70s anime I grew up on, and the main character was Sindbad. He was a little boy, and then he had Ali Baba. He was an old man, and Aladdin was with him. He was a young adult, about 20 or so, and they were together going through an adventure. So this is not the first time I've seen anime who used the 1001 Nights characters in together and having their adventure. The other 70s anime is something that I've seen when I was a kid, so I don't remember the details really, but it just shows you how famous the 1001 Nights. I mean, when anime started, they used these characters as reference, and 40 years later, they're still using the same characters as reference in a different type of plot. Now, I think that the plot that I'm watching Magi in right now is really brilliant. I'm going to talk about that in episode reviews, but I absolutely enjoy how the characters are so much different from the stories that we were told when we were growing up, and I'm actually having lots of fun watching it. Now let's go to some of the other characters who had made appearances in somewhere else. or appearances in the story, and they are given very different roles in Magi. Jafar, I'm very much sure that everyone knows that Jafar is the evil Jafar of the Aladdin's Disney movie. And that's pretty much true. He is really evil. Masur, as they call him, I haven't seen this character before, to be honest, but his name originally in Arabic is Masrur. So that's how different the pronunciations of the names. Ahmed, the name of the prince that they're trying to pronounce, and they really have very difficult time pronouncing the name because the letter ha in Arabic does not exist in English. So his pronunciation is Ahmed, and it's a very popular name in the Middle East. You'll see a lot of people named like that. So this was kind of some of the reference of the main characters. I don't know what kind of other characters they're gonna put in. I don't actually know anything about the emperor cast. I have not seen it, but I'm thinking that these characters might belong to some folk tales of the Far East. Who knows, maybe. I mean, Dragon Ball is based on one of those stories of the traveling Goku to seek the legendary dragon. I think it's a Chinese story, I believe. So we see stories based on old mythologies or folk tales, or the 1001 Nights. It happens. I thought it was fun to make this kind of reference, and I'm hoping to see more of the 1000 Night characters in Arabic, Alf Layla wa Layla. And I'm hoping also to see in the legend of the 1001 Nights that there was this king called Shahrayar. I am not sure how they spell that in English, and he had someone or a slave that came to tell him a story every night, and if he was not satisfied, he will kill off that female slave until Shahrazad came, and she started telling a story for 1001 nights, and every time she stops, the story stops at a point, and Shahrayar says to Shahrazad, "Where is the rest?" And she says to him, "I'm sleepy, my king. I will continue it tomorrow." And that is how it continued on and on and on. And we had seen all these characters, like she would end up one story and then start another, and then end up one story and start another. And this is where it was called 1001 Nights. And I actually hope to see Shahrayar and Shahrazad included in the formula, because they really are popular and very significant characters for the 1001 Night stories. And with that, guys, I end up this video. I hope you had fun watching this or listening to this, to be honest. And I'll be back with Magi reviews, so take care and stay safe. Bye.